What's up? It's your boy Lyrics from the 559 podcast. Man, today's gonna be a good interview. I get to interview this individual that I've been telling you, the one that's been bringing the brown community together, the man who's doing workshops and trainings to get y'all ready for the industry. I'm talking about if you want to be an actor, a producer, a writer, whatever, man. Hit my boy up, Chicano Hollywood, my homeboy, Donnie Murillo. What's up, bro?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, brother. I'm just here, man. I'm just, thrilled to get you on, bro.
Oh, I'm excited, bro. I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah.
How's the holiday season going so far?
Oh, it's going pretty good, man. You know what? It's going by too quick, too. It's going by too quick.
Oh, I know, dude. It's like we got Monday's Christmas Day, and it's like after Christmas Day, then all the excitement just drops 50%.
Doesn't it?
And then, and then it peaks a little bit. Okay, New Year's Eve, what do you want to do? People do stuff, but I mean, more people just kick at home and watch the ball drop on TV, right?
Right, bro.
And then, but when you wake up New Year's Day, then it's like, okay, it's over. It's done.
You're right.
Everybody got to get back. It's like cold again. So, yeah.
You know what, awesome, man? I love Christmas so much, I'll leave my tree up till February, bro.
No, really? Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, my mom was the same way. One time we had our tree up to like freaking Easter. It was hilarious because my mom loved it up as well, like, take this thing down.
It's just, I don't know. I just get positive vibes. I feel great, bro. I don't know, like, when the lights are turned off and the Christmas tree lights are on, it's just, I don't know, it's soothing, bro.
It's a cool vibe, bro. It's a real cool vibe. And it's funny too, because like I never really got into like Christmas music, but that's all I'm jamming now, dude. I'm like, listening to some Bing Crosby, like I'm doing White Christmas and Jingle Bell Rock, and
bro.
Of course, Wham. Last Christmas I gave you my heart.
Yeah. Look, man, I don't know if it just comes with age, but I catch myself singing holiday music out loud now.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious, dude.
It's funny, bro. Because I would never.
I'm with you, bro.
I didn't do that before. Now, I'm a little older. You see this guy with tattoos singing like Jingle Bells. Like, I don't care. It's crazy.
Yeah, seriously. I'm the same way, dude. I'm like, then of course, Feliz Navidad, that's ours.
That's right.
That's the one we claim. Someone's got to come up with another version or another Spanish one or Chicano one or like something different, because I'm down with the classics, Feliz Navidad, but it'd be cool to. I'm sure there's got to be something different out there now,
Bro, you're Chicano Hollywood. You do it.
Yeah, but I'm not a singer, though. I don't know how to put lyrics. Your lyrics, bro.
That's a good one. Brother, tell us about yourself, man.
Well, I mean, so right now, we got the Chicano Hollywood platform. Our whole mission is to build underneath the Chicano community. I've been in Hollywood now going on like 16 years. And, I got in here where we started, writing, producing, stuff like that, doing a lot of short form content and all that. And I realized, it was kind of like, we were always trying to knock on, and I say this in the non-racist way, but we're always trying to knock on the man's door, and trying to, hoping he lets us in and, pitching ideas, and all of us are competing against each other because the man's only letting in like one Latino project, and maybe they'll let it run for one season, and that's talking about episodic stuff, or they're not putting money into any of our stories. And so I'm like, okay, something's got to change. And we couldn't figure it out. And it kind of just, the whole Chicano Hollywood thing just kind of dropped in my lap because I was asked to write a movie, and I wrote the movie. We produced it with Echo's World and directed by LV, and then it was produced by John Doe from The Watch. And it was on that set that I just kind of nicknamed it Chicano Hollywood, right? Just as a joke. But I saw how they connected to it. And so when I saw that, I'm like, there's something here, So I just started, March 11, 2021, just started building out the socials. I, launched the IG, launched the Facebook, connect them together. And, been a couple years now, so it's really kind of grown, has its own life now. So along the way, when I first saw it, I thought, like, I knew out of the 62 million Latinos in the U.S., 40 to 50 million connect with the Chicano voice. Now, not 40 million are Mexican American like me, Chicano, right? But then there's another 10 million of everybody else, Salvi, Guatemalan, lo que sea, that they are Chicano voice because we're raised in the same barrios, right? So I just started that's the sleeping giant that no one is giving the proper respect to. And I'm going to start building that community. That's my community, So that's how it all came, So now we have multiple verticals. We launched Musica, Chicano Hollywood Musica. We launched our streaming platform. It's our own little Chicano Netflix. We got some new things we're launching in 2024. We have our master classes that we train people on. We have our live events. 2024, we're going to launch something even new. A brand new platform that's going to help freelancers. So many of us are freelancers, right? We're just, we work in the film industry and influencer industry and other ones, right? We have freelance mechanics, right? Freelance, and artists, directors, fashion models, all that. So we're launching a platform that Latino freelancers can gather around, put the profile up, and then we can start pitching that to studios and production companies and brands and business, saying, hey, look, here we are. We're all right here. Hire us, kind of thing. So anyways, that's kind of who we are. We're just wanting to build underneath.
You just jump right into it, man. I think that's dope. It's just so awesome that because that's what I was gonna ask you, where did Chicano Hollywood come from? You answered that question. I think that is so awesome, man. And let's talk about the Chicano Hollywood that 2-day event, man. I believe you had Luis Guzman, Emilio Rivera, Edward James Amos. Man, how fun and stressful was it doing this, man? Putting this together, bro. I could see you walking around, man. You're on your phone, you're texting, you're talking to people. I'm like, man.
Dude, I know. I was like, it was crazy. Yeah. And I'll tell you why too. Not a whole lot of people know this, but I'm still a producer. So a buddy of mine hit me up 2 weeks before the Elevate conference in September. Right, that was September 10th and 11th. So he hit me up and says, hey, I got this big project I need you to help me on. And I'm like, and it was a project for one of the Robert De Niro companies kind of thing, right? So it was a huge project, right? 8 weeks of work, right?
Right.
And I'm like, dude, I got my conference coming up in 2 weeks. I can't jump on this right now. He said, no, come on, I need you. If you don't mind, can you jump in? Yeah. And I said, okay, I'll jump in, but when my conference is going on, you can't count on me. I'm gonna disappear the day before and the day of. And he's like, okay, no, agreed, right? So I'm in pre-production on this. The budget was close to $2 million. So I'm in pre-production and I'm, putting in all this together. We had 18 different locations. We had just a ton of people that they were casting. So we had to, really, really, put a lot of, effort into this. So during the conference, I'm still getting texts and emails and phone calls. And so I'm trying to host this thing. Yeah. We had 500 people there. We had all these players, right? There was all those guys you just mentioned, but then we had all the Latinas in film. We had a lot of fun people there, right? Yeah, and I'm texting at the same time. I'm making phone calls. I had to go behind if you remember where all the vendors were, I would go behind there and just run my little pre-production office there and then come back out, take out the conference and go out. So yeah, needless to say, I was stressed, bro. That was a very stressful time, but it came out amazing. We're pretty happy.
I had a good time. It was dope, man. My family they went to Disneyland, and I decided to go to this event. I loved it, bro. As soon as I walked in, the people there were awesome, man. They greeted you. They said, "Come on in. How are you?" And I was like, "Wow!" I felt like I walked into a church, man. Like positive vibes, and didn't realize, man, it is a church, right? Is that the church that you? Yeah, man. I felt God's presence in that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's my church. It's cool because throughout the summer while we were planning Elevate to be there, we'd have church there every Sunday, right? And we helped volunteer there and stuff. And we just, my wife, my daughter, we just kept praying, Lord, when people come here for Elevate, we want them to know that this is your house. You know, we want them to feel your presence, and it really came out great, man. You can't replace the vibe. People call it the energy, stuff like that. It's just the presence of the Lord, and you can't replace that because it was so real. And we had people coming up to us saying, like, man, what, this was amazing. I really got moved by it, and I know that was 100% God's presence helping people get into their purpose. So yeah, it was great, bro.
I think it was great that you opened it up with prayer, man. That was a beautiful thing. Again, I enjoyed it so much. I noticed that not only you had celebrities on stage, but you also had some celebrities watching from the outside, man, that didn't even get a chance to speak, man. I ran into the dude who played on Blood In, Blood Out, the one who played Montana.
Oh yeah, Enriquez.
Yeah, bro. Him, the people who played on This Fool, bro. Like, the list just goes on, man.
Yeah, no, it was a business to business. It wasn't for fans to come and see their favorite actor. This was an industry event. So there was gonna be and believe me, all those people you mentioned, and Enrique Castillo, Fabian Alomar from This Fool. I mean, all those people that were there in the audience, they also by rights should be on the platform as well. But this was a place where, okay, we're all in this thing. Let's all talk. Let's all hear from those that have done some great stuff, and let's learn from each other. Let's network. So it wasn't designed to have a bunch of people that wanted autographs. So and there was some of that, obviously, especially with the big players. And I'm gonna for the one coming up in September 2024, I'm gonna make sure that the big players that we have come in, we're gonna put them at the final night at the end. That way, we take pictures. That can go do it, and I'm done.
Johnny, because I would do that, man, because I was still sitting down and I was trying to hear everybody else talk, but everybody was following Edward James Amos, Emilio. They all wanted their autographs and pictures, and of course, I would love to go out there too and get that, but I'm like, no, I'm here for one thing, man. It's just to get educated. But everybody was just like making noise back there, but it's okay. It's a learning experience, man, and so for the next one. But it was so awesome though, man. You had that place packed out, man, and everybody was willing to learn, bro. So what as far as Chicano Hollywood, bro, like, what movies what movies are you guys working on right now?
So we're getting, we have our platform going. We have some really cool indie movies on. So if anyone is in your audience right now, download our streaming app. It's just go to your app store, Roku, Fire, iOS, whatever, and just put in Chicano Hollywood. You'll see us there. So download the app. That helps get our numbers up, right? So on there, we're going to start putting our originals. So right now we have in post-production the Calypso Show. We've got three episodes done. We still got another 5 to finish up. Another original, we have 2 episodes of the Garcia family. We have another 6 to produce still, but we got 2 episodes done, and those are in post. And then we have Joking G's, which is another one. That's a documentary on following gangsters that were trained to be stand-up comedians. And so that one is in post-production as well. So I'm hoping to get all those up on the platform by the end of January. And actually got 2 of those. I still got to finish the Garcia one. But so those are our originals. And then, of course, we have several things in the development side that we're like, okay, these are the things that we have to, we start working towards. We have a feature film, and then a couple of the more docuseries that we want to do. But of course, it always goes down to money, bro. We got to just raise the money and get figure out how to pay for everything. But yeah, that's what's in the works now. So we have those 3 already, halfway produced and also produced, but in the post. And then we got 2024. A lot of people are predicting doom and gloom, but I'm not. I'm like, no, it's going to be great for everybody, and for our people, we're going to focus on building our community, and I'm expecting great things in 2024.
Yeah, man, I'm so proud of you, man. Everywhere I go, or whoever I interview, or whoever I talk to, man, Chicano Hollywood is always brought up. You know that that name is just it's always coming up, bro. Like I met the homie Flyboy, man. Like when I was out there, yeah. And I was on American Cholo, and that name just, Chicano Hollywood. Everywhere I go, Chicano Hollywood, man. That's so dope, bro.
Yeah, no, and those guys are amazing too. They're all, I mean, American Cholo, he's blowing that up in the podcast world. He's freaking just man. Killing it. And then Foo News, that's hilarious. That dude, he just. I remember when him and I first talked when we first started, and he was asking about his brand and all that, and my first advice to him, I pulled back right away because I told him, I said, you know what, you're gonna have to watch yourself because the intellectual property that looks just like Fox News and blah blah blah. But then I stopped. Wait a minute, you're a parody. I see under the parody laws, I said just blow this up, bro, blow it up, and then when you get a letter from Fox saying cease and desist, that's when you change. Right. But wait, and they're not gonna hit you up until you're taking money from them. So
that's kind of like when you steal a sample, huh? It's like when you
totally, yeah.
It's very similar to that.
Yeah, just do it, and then when they realize you're taking money, then that's when they send you a letter. So then you say okay, and then so I told him just have your plan B, because it's gonna happen. Right now he's got like close to 30,000 followers on IG, I think, or I don't know the last time I checked, but once he starts hitting to that 100,000 to 300,000 and people start tagging Fox News, that's when it's going to be, like the lawyers are going to come in. But
after that whole Jenny 69 thing, man, he just started blowing up a little bit more, man. That was crazy. God, and then, and
that was hilarious.
And then I was with Gotos too, and I was talking to him. He goes, "You're with Gotos? I'm with Gotos, bro." I said, "All right, man, we're gonna meet you." And then all this thing, they had their meeting and whatnot. I was like, "Wow, man, just." But yeah, man, he's a cool guy, man. He spoke very highly of Chicano Hollywood, man. I always hear him talk about you, so that's dope, bro.
Yeah, no, he's good. I like that guy. He's out there working it, man. He's hustling, and that's like anyone that is sitting on their butt thinking, oh man, those guys, they got it easy, whatever. Man, that's not true. Anyone can accomplish what they're dreaming about, but they just got to put the work in.
You just got to do it.
Yeah, you just got to do it, man. You got to do it. I mean, look at you. You got this awesome radio program. Look at him. He's got that, a news platform, and he does it. He does it where it looks parody, but he's out there he's telling our stories. He's out there on the scene, and so he's doing it. So to me, it's like dreams can happen, but you gotta wake up and get to work.
Yeah, exactly. You just got to do it, man. Bro, like I thought about doing this podcast a while ago, and then I just got on TikTok and I started doing good on there. But the minute you start questioning yourself about like, man, can I do this? Should I do this or what? It's like, okay, then you're holding yourself back, And when I did this podcast, I was sitting in a hotel when my family was at Disneyland. I was like, you know what? I want to do it. I've been wanting to do this podcast. Just do it. I grabbed my phone and I started talking to my phone. Just talking. You know what I mean? Just talking, brother. Awesome. Just start somewhere. Even if it sounds dumb, or even if you think it sounds dumb, somebody else is going to like it. That's what I've learned, And that's you got to start from somewhere. And when I did it, I started to see numbers. And I'm like, okay, I'm buying me a mic. I'm buying me this. I'm buying me an interface. I'm still working on it, man. And again, it's just gonna get bigger and better. I got other things that I'm doing too, but this is pretty cool, man. I'm having fun with this, but I want with this podcast, man, it's positivity. It's positivity, and it's just about growth, man. My platform is your platform, man. Come on and promote something good, because there's a youngster out there listening, and they want to be inspired by something.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I'm for, bro. Is reaching out to the youth, man, or whoever that needs to be, touched, man. Right? So. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, dude. Because that's exactly what's going to change the future. Is like when I was young, right? Super rare that you would see brown faces doing these big things, right? It's in America, especially. It's just in Mexico you see brown faces doing everything. That's just how it is. But here in the U.S., right? And it wasn't. And I don't trip on that stuff. I'm like, okay, no big deal. I mean, but I grew up watching the Brady Bunch, so seeing a bunch of mixed white family with all their drama, I didn't look at and say, "Oh, I'm not represented." I'm like, I don't even think about that. I just look at that and say, "Man, I want Mike Brady to be my dad because my dad was a wino on the street." So
Yeah.
but it shows how TV influences. But now, when you're looking at us now, that's why it's like super important for me to tell our stories in our voice with our faces, because when you create content like what you're doing, what even what Food News doing, what we're doing, you're creating the future. You're putting people in places, their brown faces in places that don't exist yet. Writing a story about a Latino president. Right. We've never had one, but if we put a Latino in the presidency and it's a great movie or a great TV show, kids are going to watch that and be like, "Oh yeah, that's something that can happen." Right. Like when Barack Obama became president, it was something that it's almost like, okay, we've seen Sidney Poitier play a black president. We saw, I think he was the first one, or Sammy Davis, where they played a black president on TV, right? Or in movies. So that kind of primed the pump. And then now you had a black president where people thought it's not going to happen, but we saw it happen on TV, right? So when we tell our stories, we're architecturally designing the future. Right. And that's why it's so important that, we got to watch the narrative. Like I'm still down for a really good Cholo movie, right? But the difference is, if I write it, I'm going to write it with layers. I'm not going to write it like a bunch of animals, right? I'm going to write it with layers. My little brother was a really good Cholo. My other brother was a good Cholo. I sucked at it, but I can write their stories and write layers in them, and it will make sense, So that's the difference. So what you're doing is you're a voice in the air, and when you go to video as well, youngsters are going to see it, and not just youngsters. I'm not talking about minor children, but young adults are going to see, like, okay, he did that, and he just got his smartphone and started doing that. Yeah, like, okay, that's cool. That means I could do that. So it's important what you're doing.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. And I also want to let the listeners know, too, even the youngsters, man, like, when I was young and I wanted to get involved in the movie industry, the only thing I saw when I was young was just a Mexican gangster. It was like, okay, so I was motivated. Man, I want to join the movie. I want to be in the movie and be a thug. And that's a whole different story when I interview Manny Jimenez from Suspect Entertainment. Yeah, because you don't understand. When I was like 16, 17 years old, I'm all like, who's Suspect Entertainment? You know what I mean? And I was on the internet trying to find, who they were and stuff. And it's crazy because I'm up north, man. And I'm like, but I got to go film with the Southerners, At that time, I was already like, at that time, I gave my life to God and stuff. But it was still, it was different to me, But see how, like, all you see was just being a thug, So I want to inspire and motivate people that if you want to be in the movie and you're Mexican, Chicano, or, whatever you call yourself, Latino, like, bro, like, you don't have to just focus on just being a thug. You could play a lawyer. You could play a cop. You could play you know what I'm saying? Anybody, man, anything that you want to be, you could play it, and be versatile with it, man. Like, oh, I could play a thug. Oh, I could shave do it all, brother. Do it all.
Do it all. Yeah.
Yeah, doctor, all that. So, and now that I've been doing this for over 10 years, man. It's like I'm playing all these things, man. Like, I played the thug part. I still play it sometimes. Now I play a police officer. I play just played a board member. It's on Sam's Cry. I played a lot of things, man.
Oh yeah, I just saw the trailer on that. That's great. I love Sam's Cry. Yeah, can't wait to see it.
Man, bro, yeah, that's gonna be a good one, man.
Yeah, man, Mark, he's amazing, dude. The Peter Bollinger, all those guys are freaking amazing. Those guys they produce awesome stuff,
Oh, I can't wait to see it, man. You might see my my logo on there in the backdrop, man. You might see.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
nice, all right.
Brother. Yeah.
You gotta screenshot that, circle it up. Look. No, but you're right though, bro. I mean, I tell talent all the time, like, to me, it's like people still trip where they're like, no, I don't want to play gang members. And I get it. When you're at a level that you could say no, say no. Right. But if you're at a level and they want you to play thug. Now, if it's obvious a race movie and you really don't feel comfortable, then don't do it. But if it's an opportunity for you to get on there and learn, especially if it'll help you elevate from background to having some lines and take the role, just do it. Learn. I learned, what I didn't go to film school. What I started was just as a background actor in the northern market, San Francisco market, and I just started getting on set and learning, right? And then it eventually evolved where I learned more and more. Then I went to UCLA, took some classes there,
right,
and I got into the producing lane, right? But you have to start somewhere. You have to get on a set. So if they want you to play a gangster, then be the best freaking gangster you can. They want you to play a maid, then play a maid. Look at some of the greats. Remember that TV show, Devious Maids?
Yeah.
All those Latinas are big players now.
Yes.
So, don't hate on playing a maid. Just do the freaking job and do it great, because it might open other jobs that you can walk into, and you can play the first Latina president of U.S. or governor or businesswoman or whatever, So, yeah, to me, it's like, if you're an actor, then act.
Yes.
Jump in there and act.
Get your feet wet. Just get your feet wet. Get in there, background, like you said, man, and just learn, man, and
that's exactly how I did, bro. I love background work.
I think from there, that's when you'll decide, like, man, I really want to become an actor. I want to have lines. See, okay, now you're feeling okay. That's what you want to do now. Let's do it. Let's get it, man. Okay, cool. So yeah, man, that's the way to go.
Yeah, and then you network with a lot of people, dude. There's been people that have been elevated from background to supporting, to featured, supporting, and then lead, because they made friends with the AD or they made friends with the director because they were good, they were nice, they were friendly, and then that person remembered them and said, "Hey, we got a role for you." And there's a point where if you're fun to be on set, you're not an idiot, you don't get all stupid, and you're a hard worker and you do your job, that you don't even have to audition anymore. They just know your work, like, jump in.
Johnny, I preach that all the time, bro. Like, when you're on set, be nice to everybody, be cool. The cameraman, the lighting, everybody, man, be cool. Be cool with everybody, because you don't know who might be a director for the next film. You don't know who's the writer. You don't know who's going to take you to the next level. So I've learned when I started, I was cool with everybody, man. And guess what? They were the ones that took me to the next movie without any auditions. Hey, I got a movie I'm doing, brother. I see you acting good. I'm just a lighting guy, but look, I got this movie, and then that movie ends up taking off. I'm like, bro, be good with everybody, man.
Yeah, no, you have to, man. You have to. It's the best way, and that's how you learn, And I tell talent all the time, first when they tell me they're an actor, I'm like, "Oh, who are you training with?" And if they go, I'm like, "Okay, you're not an actor." If you're an actor, then train. Who are you training with? There's a lot of people out there that would love to coach you, train you. You're gonna have to pay them something. Don't invest in yourself. If you're not ready to invest in yourself, then you're just not ready. Right. But I tell people, get in classes and learn, because even though it's repetitive, scene study is always repetitive, and it seems like, well, I do that all the time, but you got to still develop and get under the notes of experts that can really bring the best out of you, So I tell all our raza, man, we, if we're going to start we're writing more movies for us, producing more movies for us, if we don't have the talent to support them, they're going to suck. Yeah. No matter how good the writing is, it all goes down to who's delivering the writing.
Yes.
And if they suck, they suck.
Yeah.
It is what it is,
Bro, I can obviously see that you care about the people, and you're opening up doors for everyone in the brown community. Like, how can an upcoming Latino filmmaker put their movies in your platform, bro?
Oh, yeah, dude. Easy. Super easy. Now, all the other platforms have these crazy gates you got to go through, right? And I'm going to show you my gate. Here it is. Ready? info@chicanohollywood.com. That's my email. Send me. I'm the gatekeeper. Yeah. So send me links. Let me check it out. And honestly, I don't. All I want to look for is, like, I don't want any nipples and nalgas. I don't want. I want families to be able to watch it. Now, there's going to be some thrillers, some action that are going to be. We'll stick the mature audiences on there, but I just don't want no freaking over the top porn. So. Yeah. So I just have to keep it clean, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but that's all. I just want to see it, and it's just important to me. But the gate is right there. info@chicanohollywood.com. You email to me, say, I heard you on Lyrics Radio Show. I have this short film. I have this feature, and I'm super honest. Like, hey, you're not going to make any money off this. Streaming is not paying the bills.
No.
They don't. It's just not. Especially we're tiny. We're
Right.
very, very tiny.
Right.
But what it is, so it's a good opportunity for filmmakers to say, yeah, I have it on a streaming platform rather than it's on YouTube,
Yeah.
or it's on Vimeo.
Right.
And so that's why I created that. So like, okay, just say tell your investors you got a couple of shorts on a streaming platform, and then they look it up. They're like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, all right, you're legit,
Right.
not just creating something and no one else wants to affirm your work. So the whole platform is to affirm people's work. Plus. To entertain, So as we're growing, it takes a lot of funding. So I am on an active search for funding now.
Yeah.
And as we're growing, I want to, get bigger movies on there and so on. So I have so much stuff that's negotiated already, but it's just going to take time to finally kind of, get those up there. So, but I have I want to put remember all the Spanish movies, the Mexican movies?
Right.
I want all the Pedro Infante and all those.
Yes.
Yeah, so I want to put those on there. So I have them all set and negotiated. I want to put
Classics.
all of our classics, like the Blood In, Blood Out, the American Me's, right? I want to put all those on there. I have them all negotiated. I just, it takes video to license them. They're freaking expensive, So, but eventually, as we grow, you're going to see all those on there. Plus, you'll see our independent guys that are putting their stuff up there, and you'll see our students that are putting their stuff up there, because we want the whole platform so to keep our movement growing.
And you'll see Midnight Altercation, my short film.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly. It's there, right?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. That's dope, man. So, bro, look, top 5 favorite actors besides me, bro.
You're number one. Yeah. My top 5 favorite actors.
Yeah.
Shoot, there ain't all Latino.
Okay, no, bro, go ahead.
Yeah,
that's all right.
No. Okay, so now I don't get starstruck at all. Okay, zero starstruck.
Right.
Except if I was in the room with Mel Gibson, I'd be like, oh dang, Mel Gibson, or Keanu Reeves. Oh dang, that's John Wick, right? Or Tom Cruise, right? I mean, that's a Risky Business and all the 80s movies he did, right? So those 3 homies, right? What else I can starstruck by? Those 3. There's got to be 2 more. You think? I'm trying to think about who else. I mean, those are the 3 I always tell my family. Like, if I saw any of those homies, I'll be like, oh shoot, look at them. Who else? Then there's, all the ones that we're connected to, right? All the homies that we're connected to. But when it came to those, those A-listers, I think I'm stopping right there because I can't think of 2 more. There's got to be 2 more that I'd be like, grab. But for the most part, it's rare. Like, I've been around some big people I'm terrible at recognizing them in person.
Yeah. No,
I remember talking to this one dude. He was man, shoot, I even forgot his name again, right? But I'm looking at him, and I started joking with him. And when I started joking with him, he brought his walls down so low, he's joking back. And for about 20 minutes, we're just boys, just joking, right? Yes. And then I walked away, right? We're at an event, and then someone says, do you know who that was? I said, no, who was that? And they said, that's someone. So I'm like, oh, and I still don't remember the guy's name, right? But so I don't recognize people that much, like any of those Avengers people, I love their movies, but I won't trip. I don't like if I'm not chasing anyone down to get their autographs, but I think just those 3 dudes, I'd be like, okay, Mel Gibson, I have my heart is not to be all like stupid on him, like a little girl, I'll be like, whoa, it's Mel Gibson, this is Braveheart, I look at that's Braveheart, and that's what do you call it, Risky Business, and then that's what was the other one I mentioned? John Wick.
There you go.
So yeah. So I think I'm just kind of stuck there, dude. Who's yours?
Man, one of them. I always wanted to meet, man, Danny Trejo, man. He's like Mike. He is Mike.
Oh yeah,
He is
yeah,
like my Clint Eastwood, man.
yeah. No,
Like
Danny's awesome.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
his quote where he says, "I'd rather aim for the moon and miss than aim for the gutter and make it."
yeah, bro. That yeah, no, no, yeah. Danny's there. Danny's there. He's awesome. I don't
Yeah.
know him that well. Everyone I know knows him really well. I've
Right.
interviewed him before. We did a documentary with Fabian, and we had interviewed him. And I do want to, Trejo Music is something I want to really help, be a part of what they're doing there. So
Right.
I'm in contact with their team, like Mario and some of the others. So I do want to connect with them. But Danny, if anyone is at the A-list level that is doing amazing things for our community, that's giving back, it's him. I mean, I know there's all the other guys. There's Edward James, almost all these other guys. They're doing great stuff. But, man, Danny's right in the midst of the Chicano community, really, really down to it. He goes to all the events. I mean, you'll see him at, like, all these toy drives going on right now. And,
Right.
during the Christmas season, he's there. He was
Right.
with Chino Mike over in the IE. They did the big toy drive there, and he's there. And, with Polish Project, he's there, so Danny's a guy. Yeah, he's, if I go top 5, he's in the top 5 because, he's really doing a lot for the gente,
Yeah, he is.
Dan, I'm trying to think of some females, bro. There's got to be some solid
Oh.
females. Eva Longoria is sweet,
Yeah.
she's an amazing actress and director. If anyone's like really taking that spot, she's really stepping in. Mario Lopez is another guy. He's a cool guy. I met him before, and he's a super cool guy. I like him. But like Eva, she's stepping in to be this big voice now, which is great, because you got all these other dudes that are, they're coming to a retirement age or
Right.
slowing down a little bit. They're still doing great things. I'm not going to shut them down right now.
Right.
But as the world turns, there's going to have to be some new faces, new Chicana, Latino, Latina faces that are leading. And I think Eva's really stepping into a position like that,
Yes.
which we need that, we need someone advocating,
Yes. And you brought up a name right now, but I don't know if I could say it or not. But the magazine, what's good with that?
Oh man, we're almost done, dude. That's been a freaking job. That's a job getting the ads in there.
Yeah.
So I had a meeting today about it, and we're done. I closed off all the ads, right?
Okay.
So we're done with taking ads in for this one, and we designed this one to be kind of like a recap of 2023.
Yeah.
So that I have the hard copy now. Actually, I'm up north, and I was in Napa Valley today, meeting with one of our guys up there, and just bringing him on as part of the sales team to represent the magazine and other things we do up in the north. Especially for ads. So it's going good. I want to do. Once we get this one out, the goal is to do 4 to 6 issues in 2024. Eventually, I want to get it where we're cranking them out.
Right.
Like one a month. But yeah, it's going good. It's going good. So we got all. For the covers are always going to be someone that's recognizable, and hopefully,
Yeah.
we don't run out. Eventually, because there's new stars. That are stepping into great places, like Annie Gonzalez. We want to talk to her.
Yeah.
She's amazing. She was on the Hot Cheetos. She played the wife.
Bro, she's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's playing the Jenny Rivera
Yeah.
story is coming out. So yeah, man, I'm like,
really?
Yeah.
She's
That's
playing
what I
Jenny?
heard.
Oh, okay.
I think so. That's what I heard. Hopefully, I didn't listen. No, I don't know top secret stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah. So that's out already. Yeah. So so I would love to get her on there. She deserves, like the more we can build underneath her. She's stepping up hard. Michael Pena.
Right.
I was having the other day I was in French camp, and French camp is a tiny little farming community over here by Stockton, and we were driving through, and it's so tiny, bro. There's like maybe 2 or 3 taquerias and one, like the Stockton sale barn where they sell the cows and stuff like that, right? It was just real tiny.
Wow.
And I'm like, this is where the astronaut Jose Hernandez was raised, or he worked out, or he was from, right? And he still has his home there.
Cool guy.
I'm like, yeah. And then they just did the movie with Michael Pena played him, So Michael Pena is another guy that's stepping up and really being a leader for our community, because he, he's at a point where he wants to be selective on what story he's attaching his face to.
Right.
And, I saw an interview with him where he's like, we're like real selective, which is great. That's why our talent, you can't get to the level where you're like Michael Pena saying, no, I'm not going to play that guy. I want to play an astronaut, which is amazing because he did an amazing job, So he's another great actor that's representing us, but like that. So here we have all these people like that are stepping up, because, the old guard is they're still going. I'm not shutting them down, but there is a priming and a prepping of the next generation of leaders and Chicana leaders in Hollywood that are in front of the camera, and those guys are stepping into that place, which is amazing to see.
And that's what I love about the film industry. It don't even matter what age, if you're young coming up or you're older. You never know, man. You're gonna hit like a lottery one day, man. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh, dude, amazing. That's a great point, because what? So many of our people, they. And I don't discount them at all. I remember I was interviewing Long Beach Carlos, right? And we were at UrbanCon. And we talked about that, about the age of how there's a lot of older folks that, because they were working, they were in the warehouses, they were in the canneries, they had dreams about doing some of the arts, but they couldn't because they were... they had to work. And he said, they had responsibilities and they were manning up, and he just totally defended that. And I'm like, that deserves defending, because there are older men and women that wanted to do this kind of stuff, but they couldn't because they had kids and they had to pay bills. But to me, it's like, okay, if all your kids are grown now, don't just sit at home wishing you would have done it. You still can do it. Jump in and get some actors training, because we still need abuelas in our TV shows and tios, and we need the lawyers, and these are, you can't always have these 21-year-old looking lawyers, you need to have some gray hair in there.
Man,
so
this is your time to leave a legacy,
leave
something behind. Exactly.
Yeah, show your grandkids that you were a warehouse worker, then you retired, and now you're a freaking A-list actor because you put your heart into what you really wanted to do.
That's right.
What's his name? What's that? It's a black actor. He played God in the Evan Almighty series.
Man.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
He started late. He started, I think, in his 40s, right? That's when he got into acting.
Yeah.
Right? So to me, it's like, okay, maybe for the first part of your career life, you did something else. But if this is what you want to do, then freaking do it. Yeah. Better to die trying than to die regretting.
Right.
I'd rather die trying.
Man, brother. One more question. What's your favorite Bible verse, bro?
This past 6 months, I have been really focusing on, and it's weird because normally I go through the Bible at least once a year, right? Yeah. And I really try to stick to that. But this last 6 months, the Lord's really had me in Psalms 91. And I literally dissect that verse almost every morning. I go through it. In Psalms 91:14, it says, "Because he loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name." Yeah. And I really hold on to that, because you've been to our events, right, and my rule is, if it's my event, we're gonna pray. And we're going to pray in Jesus' name, not in the universe, not in a moment of silence, not in this, general term for God. We're going to pray in Jesus' name. So right. I'm really big on, if it's not my event, then of course I'm not going to force my faith on anyone.
Right.
But si yo estoy en cargo, if I'm in charge,
right,
then we're going to pray. And that I really try to acknowledge God's name in everything. I was the other night, I went to an event in San Francisco, and they had the mayor of San Francisco, you had the DA of San Francisco, you had a bunch of state reps, and they asked me to go up there and speak, right? And right away, I'm like, I'm going to bring Jesus into this somehow. So I'm acknowledging his name in front of everybody, right? And they're all wonderful people. people. I mean, whatever the political views are, but they're all nice people, right? And that's where, like, and my daughter says, "Man, you always bring it into everything." I said, yeah, I said that's just what we're doing. It's who we are. And so Psalms 91:14, because He acknowledges my name, and that's my favorite verse. Now, I might have a different one next year, but right now, Psalms 91 is getting me through,
That's beautiful, bro. I appreciate you sharing that with us. I think that's very important. One more thing, man. Where can everybody follow Chicano Hollywood?
Follow us on the socials, Chicano Hollywood on everything. If you're followers, the best thing you can do, of course, follow us on social media, IG, Chicano Hollywood, Facebook, Chicano Hollywood, I also say Zigzag. TikTok is Chicano Hollywood. And then I just started an X, formerly Twitter, like the artist formerly known as Prince, right? So right. X, but I haven't done nothing on there. All I'm doing right now is just following Elon Musk, So that's, if anyone's on Twitter, they can follow me there. Our website, ChicanoHollywood.com. We launched an e-commerce store. You want to get behind us, buy some swag, go to supportchicanofilmmakers.com. You can see that on our website too. Yes. But yeah, that's what we're doing. The big thing, download our streaming app, man. Just download it, watch some fun Chicano movies on there, and there's some fun stuff on there. There's movies, there's some shows, there's some podcasts, so yeah, that would be the amazing thing to do, and just get behind us. If you're a filmmaker, go to IG, follow us on IG, and then go to our account on IG. You'll see something called Filmmakers Updates. Tap into that group, join that group. I have about over 1,000 people that are in that group that are in the industry, and that's where I put castings, or I'll put crew opportunities, stuff like that, so that'd be the best way to get behind us. And we're not a business, we're not a corporation, although we are structured that way, but we are a movement, and our mission is to support the Chicano voice in every place of culture. And that includes podcasting, entertainment, business. We just want to get us to the place that we're supposed to be,
That's right, man.
We were here first, bro. Yes. No reason why we should be last.
Yes, so. Amen to that, man. And I'm going to put your Instagram in the description. Follow Chicano Hollywood. Click on the link, and let's just go from there, man.
Awesome, brother.
Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, bro. Much love. God bless everybody in the Madera Central Valley area. We got a lot of love for you guys. I drive through all the time. So,
yes, sir,
all right, man.
All right, brother.
Merry Christmas, brother.
You too, bro. Bye.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Hey, you just finished listening to Johnny Morillo from Chicano Hollywood. He's not just Chicano Hollywood. Nope. You're Chicano Hollywood, too. And he'll tell you himself. Check this out, man. Go down to the description, click on his link, follow him. If you want to become an actor, a writer, a producer, or get yourself somewhere in the industry, man, he'll show you how. That's the homie. Now you're going to listen to my song, 80s Baby. Let's go.
Slap on the beat.
Clear Music Productions.
I'm a native baby, play Nintendo while the day was fading. No mocha, scared all night, no rona. Slept and woke up, got my day cracking. Saturday morning cartoons in the living room. I was still way tracking, but ooh wee, who's my first animation crush? Jessica Rabbit on the movie, Roger Rabbit, see y'all hush. Did you know who my superhero was? Batman without the Robin, but the Joker dude was tough. Suited up, todo de blanco, Scarface, got me wanting to join the mob, bro. At that age, no matter how many times I got whipped, we still took a risk. Bro, crazy at the age of 6. Outcast, but who accepted me was a motor cast. If you did wrong, the kids my age would rap. I wish I had a great Toy Story to share it. No biological parents, this is my age grow, so I thought I'd share it. Born in the 80s, drop top Mercedes, we're all down a tap when you cruise with your lady. But we couldn't afford none of that. But we would hit swap meets, thrift stores, and watch Thundercats. Born in the 80s, drop top Mercedes, we're all down a tap when you cruise with your lady. But we couldn't afford none of that. But we would hit swap meets, NWA got a Mexican wanting to be black for a day. Breakdance in the panic zone using foil as a change. Yeah, kinda funny, but this boy was kinda creative. Didn't need to engage, cause all I need was me and MTV playing. Man, I felt that thug in me, wanting to be like Smooth Criminal. Moonwalking like Michael, cause that spin was incredible. Then I picked up my first pin and Dittable. That's when I knew I was an artist and I kept my possessions memorable. Got that fan close to my grill, trying to sound like the top box. Made anything feel real when it came to my thoughts. I was TikTok, limp sync when I seen people fought. On point with the VO, cause I'm a kid that rocked. So if you could relate to what I'm saying, then cool. If you're not an 80s baby, then you couldn't relate to this dude. But that's your mom and dad, I'm sure that they'll unfold. Oh yeah, we used to be 209 in case you didn't know. Born in the 80s, drop top Mercedes,